They finally released the New Mutants, and what's up, y'all? SuperCupofJoe here. The New Mutants, directed by Josh Boone, is the true final installment of the X-Men franchise. This was supposed to be released 2 years ago, but early screenings for the movie was received poorly, so they pushed it back a year to do reshoots. Then the Marvel Fox deal happened, and the movie, along with the planned Gambit spinoff with Channing Tatum, was postponed. Gambit was officially canceled last year, but the New Mutants was still up in the air. Once everything was said and done with the Disney deal, the movie was set to release in April of this year. No reshoots were done. It was pushed again because of COVID, obviously, and now it's finally here. I was expecting this movie to be absolute trash. My expectations were at an all-time low, but I still wanted to watch it. Back when it was first announced, I was excited for the horror element, being a different type of superhero movie like Logan. So the movie is about a group of young mutants who have all recently discovered their abilities and are being held in a secret facility that's supposed to be a hospital, but it's not really a hospital. Alice Braga plays Cecilia Reyes, who in the movie is a doctor trying to help these new mutants understand their powers. Wolfsbane, played by Game of Thrones Maisie Williams. Magic, played by Anya Taylor-Joy from Split and Glass. Stranger Things Charlie Heaton is Cannonball. Henry Zaga is Sunspot, and Blue Hunt is Danny Moonstar. That's the cast of the movie. There's only 6 people. Adam Beach is in the beginning of the movie, but I saw there's a clip on YouTube that shows the whole scene. Spoiler alert, he dies within the first 3 minutes of the movie. While they're in this spooky place, it's not really scary, maybe for little kids, but adults, you won't be scared. Things start happening early on and you figure it out right away, and from there I was like, there's nothing left to the plot to discover. The movie is short, but I was anxious for it to finish because I knew it wasn't going anywhere. I wish there was more stuff to it. The effects and everyone's powers look cool, and the last part of the movie was somewhat entertaining. I just wish they had more. I wish they did the reshoots that they were supposed to do, but they didn't. In the movie, they straight up talk about being X-Men, and that's what they think they're in the facility for, be better so they can become X-Men, but in reality, there's something more sinister happening. He's not in the movie. They tease it like an X-Men Apocalypse, but nothing. First half of the movie is boring and had the horror film build-up aspect of introducing you to the characters. Cocky guy, mean girl, nice kid, quiet boy, and then the main character. Dialogue was meh. Everyone had their own accent. Then the last half is like the superhero stuff. Like that's when like the spookier stuff started happening, but again, it's not scary at all. It's a good idea. The director could have done more. I'll tell you this though, the movie's better than Dark Phoenix. Anything's better than that movie. Because my expectations were low, I wasn't expecting anything, but still able to enjoy this. I didn't hate it. I wasn't disappointed because I wasn't expecting anything. It's just mediocre. So I'm giving the New Mutants a 5.5 out of 10. If you don't gotta rush to theaters to see this, I tell you to wait until it pops up on a streaming service, or if you can find it online in good quality, go right ahead. If you're not into comic book movies, you can watch it for the horror film element to it, but again, you're not missing anything if you don't see this. It's nothing special. Real quick though, I wanted to tell you, so I saw this movie yesterday. I saw Tenet the day before, back in the theaters. Everything's all spaced out now, but people still don't know how to sit in the right seats. If you're gonna seat hop, like go somewhere where you should know no one would possibly be sitting. Like the top row, people are always sitting there. Like I'm always sitting in the top row in the middle. I go in there and there's these 2 young girls sitting in my seat. But as I'm walking up, I'm like looking at my phone. Like I know where I'm going, but I see them in my seat. I'm like, I'm just double checking, and I get up there. I see them looking at me, and I walk past them, and I I'm looking at the seats, and I go back and I go up to them. I was like, oh, are these your seats? She's like, no. I was like, well, like you're in my seat. She's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And like there was 2 girls that had like their bags and they had nachos and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't even want to sit in this damn seat no more. They're getting up and moving, and I stood there for a bit because I was like, fuck, I don't want to sit here now. If I want to, I can cause like a ruckus, but like I didn't want to, so like fuck it, I'll sit down and take a shower when I get home. Then I noticed them just moved a couple seats down, and then like I counted the seats, because how it works is like you can buy 1 or 2 seats, but whatever seat you buy, the 2 seats on each side of you are supposed to be empty. So technically I was gonna have 3 empty seats on this side and 2 empty seats on this side. So they moved like 2 seats down, and so I knew that they were gonna be in somebody else's seat. And then sure enough, 2 guys come in, they do the same thing as me, they're standing around looking, and they're like, oh, excuse me, you're in my seat. And they get up again and just move down again. And then those guys, they were just standing there for a bit, they didn't want to sit in their seats. So then I hear them like chit-chatting, like, this guy. And they came up to me, like, oh, do you mind if we come sit a little closer? Because they were sitting in their seats and they want to sit down. I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, fuck, man, like, don't seat hop. Like sit in your own seat. Don't go to the movies, or like seat hop, but like not in the top row, because the top row is always somebody sitting there. Just go sit somewhere else, please. Yeah. The movie theaters are open. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed my review, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Be kind to one another, take care of yourselves inside and out, and I will see you guys next time. Listen.
The legend will never die.